What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. Yes, we are back again for another round of SRL APAC for season number 4. We're here for the penultimate round, actually, in the season 4. Here, round number 10 here at the Japanese Grand Prix. Here's a reminder of the championship standings. So, Alan Hugo's a 30-point lead over New Zealand Ryan in the standings. I think we're way down the order. Force India ahead of Haas and the Constructors, and Sauber are down in position 8. Now, first things first, to clear up any issues, no, there won't be any Italian footage of SRL. Now, originally I was recording, obviously the footage, as I usually do every single week for the league races anyway, so I'll give you a little bit of a rundown of actually what went on there, so in a second, but yeah, I did was recording the footage for SRL Italy, but had everything like plugged in normally, but the only thing was I forgot to turn the power on for my laptop. Like that powers the battery and whatnot, which basically, obviously I didn't have it plugged in. It drained the battery on my laptop, and then, but once I crashed out afterwards, my laptop pretty much died from no battery. So yeah, I pretty much basically had zero footage from that one anyway. As you see here, we're pretty much sitting on board here for my fastest lap, which I'll probably explain to you why that will be in a second or two. But yeah, going from that round in Italy, I'll probably have some footage later on in the video actually of what maybe you'll be able to see anyway from what occurred from that round. But yeah, qualifying, I mean, probably could have maybe been a little bit better qualifying wise, but felt like they stuffed up a few times there, but I think we qualified in a fairly decent position. But I think we had some fairly decent battles that whole race with me, Wadey, and that Laggy person. I can't think if there's anybody else, but they were the main ones especially. But yeah, unfortunately, once, I think it was, I can't remember exactly what lap it was, but as we're going to come, actually we'll cut off that for a second. We'll come across the line. We set the provisional fastest lap for the moment with a 27.589. So obviously he puts us P1 at the moment on the super soft tyres. But yeah, from that, obviously Laggy got past me going down the front straight, going into turn 1. I accidentally missed my braking marker, obviously hit the back of him, got front wing damage from that, and obviously had tried to recover from that situation, but unfortunately I think spun it at that second chicane, and yeah, basically crashed into the wall there afterwards, and yeah, was pretty furious after that one again.
Our best lap so far is a 1:27.5.
So yeah, it's been an up and down season all round, but I think basically from this Japan round and going into Japan, I should say, I think we're still about in the top 10, maybe just outside. I'm not exactly too sure. You'll be able to see it anyway. But yeah, Japan here. But we'll focus now on Japan now, because obviously now with the season season 4 coming towards an end, and obviously last couple of rounds before the new game comes in for 2019, as Rain actually looks like he's had a moment coming up through the Dunlop curve section there. But yeah, I really want to go out with a bang here, and I think these last 2 rounds I actually wanted to try and get maybe another pole position here, because I've already had 2 in SRL, obviously 1 in season 3, and obviously 1 in season 4 already back in Germany. By the way, if you haven't checked out the previous round, which obviously will be Belgium, there's obviously another short video there for that one, but if you haven't seen it, plus all the other videos, I'd urge you to go check that out. There's always going to be a playlist at the end of the video here. But on lap number 2 here, as we just grab the white line there and we're out.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
And yeah, again, I was furious at myself for that one, because I felt like I didn't do much wrong, to be honest. Because we'll get a replay on of it here, so obviously get a nice run there through turn 1 here. I must have just grabbed the curb a little bit too much there, but obviously that set the rear spinning, and obviously went straight into the wall. Tried to recorrect it, but in the end it didn't work there. So yeah, basically just sat around watching the last 3.5 minutes. Well, basically the rest of the qualifying session, but I've grabbed some of the highlights from the rest of the what I thought was certainly interesting. As you can see there, Rain, for one thing, has had a moment coming through the Degner curves there, and he's actually spun the car exited turn 9 here, and well, looks of things, I think he's getting himself disqualified, which I did think of at the time, and right on cue, disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. Probably won't mind it considering this is the last couple of rounds of the season anyway. Here's a replay on board with Wadey coming through Deck 1 as he gets an invalidation there. There's a top EB. Oh, that's a bit awkward there. Yeah, from a top EB. Probably maybe could have done a little bit better there. Again, that could have been what could have happened maybe if it had been on a fastest lap anyway. But this is DRC Jared obviously going off of the final chicane there. He actually put the wrong tyres on there, and thankfully these are not his race tyres, because I think he was mainly trying to qualify on the soft tyres there, but he obviously picked the wrong time on the super soft tyres, but sort of aborted it and tried to spin the car anyway. But I thought my lap time was actually pretty decent at the time, and it did stick around for quite a while, but till about probably the last 5 minutes or so anyway. But in the end, we do drop back to position 5, because Fens does take pole position with a 1:28.815. Like I said, myself in P5. Alan Hugo could possibly wrap up the championship as well this weekend, ahead of his nearest championship rival, New Zealand Ryan, ahead of Laggy, Person, and myself. We got Prez, Jared, Goldpower, Top Banter, and Wadey, with my teammate just outside in P11. Then you got HO, Exodona, and Rain rounding out the 14-car grid that I saw at this stage. But race strategy-wise, under overcast skies, no rain forecast, but we're going to try this strategy you can see on screen, starting on super soft tyres and going on to the medium tyres. We did try that last season as well in SRL. Obviously, the safety car did save us, and AOR, we did the same thing as well. So I'll try and see what we can do. So set off for the formation mode.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them, and warm the tyres as well, please.
So yeah, thank you, Jeff. As just obviously trying to obviously want to try and finish off the season on a high here. There is actually Laggy gets himself disqualified there. Now, I originally thought that was my doing there, whether I made contact with him, and I was waiting to be disqualified as well, as his teammate for this round, Fens, is having a bit of a moment there. He's actually spun the car on the formation lap. That's definitely not ideal for the pole sitter. And I think now, I think he'll get it actually disqualified as well in just a second or two, right on cue. So not good for both the Haas's here. So they're going to be starting on, I think, dead set stone cold tyres here. There's probably another couple of guys that'll probably get themselves disqualified as usual. Exodona just trying, and also for me, just trying to warm up the tyres as best I can, getting the brake temperatures up as best I can as well. Because like I said, I want to finish off the season on a high here, as my team actually gets disqualified as well. That's obviously, just want to try something a little bit different, obviously. So just try and get some decent results for here and Brazil, hopefully, and end off the season on a high. Because I mean, the last couple of seasons in SRL not been ideal. So
keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin.
Let's see if we can get a good start here. So here we go. We're all set for round number 10 here at the Japanese Grand Prix. 5 red lights. Let's do it around Suzuka. It was not the ideal start for me. Didn't get the right revs, but both Haas's, like I thought, have gone nowhere off the line. That's what I thought was, especially Fens, who started on pole position. He went nowhere. Now his teammate, I think, just actually got past him up into P4, but this is perfect for the effective leader now, Alan Hugo, who's ahead now of his Leagues Championship rival, New Zealand Ryan. Now, of course, 30-point margin, like I said earlier in the broadcast, or the video actually, but if he stays ahead of New Zealand Ryan, if he can just keep that gap ahead by 25, if you keep the gap, as we nearly lose the rear end, actually coming out of the second Degner there. We lost all that margin actually to New Zealand Ryan ahead, but if you can keep that margin above 25 points at the end of this one, then he can easily wrap up the championship. And obviously another Kiwi driver will wrap up another championship victory, which is a phenomenal effort. As Wadey's now out of the Grand Prix, by the looks of things, yellow flag section down at 130R, which is quite a hot spot actually on that lap number 1. But anyway, we're on the lap 2 now, pretty much here on our own, as Gold Power's now also out of the Grand Prix. So something may have happened to him back a bit further on. There's now also Rain's now out of the Grand Prix as well. So I've already lost 3 guys, so we're pretty much nearly down to nearly 10 runners, which would guarantee that everybody would score points here. But really just trying to wrestle back the momentum here, try and gain some time back here on Ryan especially, because I know how quick he is on this game especially, and probably will be for the next game as well. But coming into the final quarter, he just makes a little mistake. That's a rarity you see for New Zealand. Ryan will take full advantage of that. And then nearly had a hard stopping moment there again, because I did not want to collide with him there and send him pretty much to the back of the grid here. But we'll get a bit of a replay of that one. Just here on the slow-mo here. You can see coming into the Casio's triangle here. I think he just grabs the grass a little bit with the left rear. I had to take avoiding action there, like I said, just to avoid getting damage from myself there, but and avoid spinning him out even further. But now we're up into position 2 here, but you see the gap already to Alan Hugo ahead is really starting to grow a bit more here. It's just sliding the car here, just trying to keep this momentum going here. So Alan Hugo sets another fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We're just trying to break the slipstream here actually from New Zealand Ryan, who's obviously trying to recover here. He only lost 1 spot out of all of that. It could have easily been a hell of a lot more worse actually for Ryan had it actually maybe happened a little bit, well, maybe if it maybe happened on lap 1, or if he had more cars around him or something. But anyway, we're now under a bit more attack here as Jared says fast up the race. He may have caught up in a little bit of drama there, but coming through second deck. No, we lose the car and go slamming into the wall, which is not the ideal way for us here as we try to get going, as we get hammered by Prez, who's now out of the Grand Prix. And we get the weirdest 5-second stop gap penalty I think I've ever seen here. That was a bit of an awkward rejoin, so sorry to those 2 ahead of me. That was top banter, and I think actually it was my teammate actually. So sorry to those guys, but we'll grab a replay of those. What happened? So I maybe turned into the corner way too early there, and I just got on the gravel and got on the power. That was nowhere. Ryan was nowhere a part of that one at all, but Prez just came out of absolute nowhere, and that was so lucky for exit owner there. I think it was. That Prez's car was ghosted there, but I think Prez, for his own benefit there, I think he was trying to just trying to remember actually what he said afterwards, but I think he was sort of along the lines of that he was just doing the normal thing there, and then I think he was maybe had a spin of himself. I'm not actually too sure, but moves, obviously, I was there waiting pretty much there, and fortunately for Prez, that's pretty much his race done. So, I mean, sorry to Prez, but for that one, but I mean, it was just, I mean, it's out of my hands really, so very unfortunate for Prez. So, we actually come into the pit lane to pretty much serve this stupid 5-second stop go penalty, which, I mean, I didn't agree with at the time, but anyway. So now we're basically on a bit of a 2-stop strategy now. So we're going to chuck on a set of soft tyres and obviously the new front wing. Away we go. So we're coming out in position, well, it's pretty much position 10 now.
Okay, you only have to stop once.
So pretty much
1 stop left.
I didn't really have much of a goal really for the rest of this race here. So I mean, at this moment, I was pretty happy to just score some points and move on to the final round, because I think this one's pretty much a write-off here. So this is all what happened. This is on board with top banter. So this might explain what happened to DRC Jared, and maybe why he's a bit further back down the field, because he was back in position number 9 earlier on here. Oh, okay. That's definitely a big lag touch there. I don't think Top EV would have meant for that one anyway, but it was really unfortunate there. I mean, yeah. Do I need to say anything more about this game? We're coming towards the end of its life anyway, so need say no more. So let's jump aboard here with Wadey. So he's obviously retired out from the Grand Prix earlier on the lap 1. So this is what happened here to him. So Ben's going on the inside of DRC Jared. Oh, he gets a bit of a touch there. I think that may have been from Rain actually in the Ferrari. So you might explain what happened. So jump back aboard. We're further back with Gold Power in the Mercedes. So, yeah, okay, there may have been a little bit of a touch there, and Gold Power trying to get a couple of moves done up the inside there. Not really doing much there. He's lagging quite a bit, actually, is Rain. See what's going to happen here. Oh, man, that is so unlucky. And the in-pour into that connection may have had something to do with it. I'm not really too sure, but that's really unlucky there for so that might explain why Rain was out of the Grand Prix and as well. So again, it may have been an actual proper touch or it may have been a lag touch. I'm not really sure, but either way, both of those guys are now out of the Grand Prix. Now lap 6. As you can see now, we're actually coming out of the pit lane. Is Exodona now. I think he actually went a lap further than what I did. Somehow, I don't know, maybe he got front wing damage as well somewhere along the line. Maybe even an incident with myself and Prez. I don't know. So he's now come back out ahead on super soft tyres by the look of things. So we need to try and get past him as quickly as possible. See if we can gain back some time here, but I was really trying to aim up for another move up here before the Degner curves, like I did with Neon Tridome this time last season, but I'm not really quite close enough here. I'm trying to get a good run out of that second Degner corner. Thought about having a look up the inside here in the hairpin, but not really quite close enough here. But try and get the drive out of here. I think he's still battling away with his cold tyres here, but just trying to get a little bit on the grass there, which wasn't the ideal run here, and it was a bit of a lag bit for Exodona. That may have had something to do with my internet, so that wasn't really helping my cause here. So just trying to get a good run here out of the spoon curve. I think we may have a good run here, even though this is not a DRS straight. We appear to have decent straight line speed here. We're going to go zooming by Exodona even for 130R. So we had to shift back down actually to 7th gear there, so just to make sure I made the corner. They're coming into this Casio triangle section. I think it may have actually got a bit of a tap there from Exodona, but again, it may have been a lag tap. I don't know. So, but I felt like I touched it anyway. So now we're coming the inside line here, going down into turn number 1 on to lap 7. Dona's going to try the long way around here, and he's actually going to manage to do so, which we can't do nothing about at this stage. But you can see where we are compared to where the leaders are at this stage, and especially the nearest guy ahead of us, which is DRC Jarrett. I think he's just coming around, well, the turn 12 section there, coming towards up into the spoon curve, but just trying to close in here in Exodona. We actually have a good run here, going up the Dunlop curve here, going around the long way around here, and actually gets out of it before the Degner curve there, so thankful for that one, because I did not want to go side by side through the Degner curves there especially, so thank you, Jeff, for the compliment, by the way. And now we've got to really start to pull away here, because the super soft tyres really don't last too long around Japan, big time. So, but now on to lap number 8. Dona was still there or thereabouts at this stage. Like I said, the super soft tyres, they work for the first couple of laps, but afterwards they pretty much just drop away a little bit here. So I was pretty much hoping for that case in point here, but I think at the moment Alan Hugo, I think, still leads the way at this stage. So looking on track at the moment to maybe wrap up this championship without obviously wrapping it up in Brazil. But here we go on to a bit further on into the Grand Prix, coming on this back straight here. It's up to 130R here. Also looking well here until I just lose the rear end and, well, I'm out.
Are you all right? Engine off, engine off.
And the car's flipped. Yeah, I mean, that nearly sums up my SRL season, to be honest, for this season. So, a bit up and down, and end up in an upside-down car. So, get a replay of it, actually. Just grab the curb a little bit there, and just run wide, and just lose the rear end just a tiny bit. Now, I would have thought that straighten up the car would have worked there, but apparently not for the left rear.
Are you all right?
And then, obviously, end up on my roof, and yeah, that was pretty much my race done. It probably looked a bit, obviously, I probably had a lot better viewing on the Twitch stream compared to that. But hey ho, it is what it is there. So but anyway, you can probably just see it back there actually. So but after that, I pretty much quit from the lobby again. That's the third time I've quit from the lobby this season. So I'm doing really well actually. So I've learned quite a bit actually from doing that this season. So, but anyway, apologies. That's pretty much it for this video. So, apologies. There is no Drivers' Championship table, or Constructors' Championship table. Blame Warden 99 for that one. But I can confirm to you that Alan Hugo did go on to win the race and did obviously wrap up the championship. So massive congratulations to him. Also, the Force India podium streak is still continuing on. I think he won ahead of New Zealand Ryan, and I can't remember who the other podium getter was off the top of my head. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the Japanese Grand Prix in SRL. If you did enjoy it, for what it was, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. As always, you can leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more SRL APAC content on F1 2018, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. As always, all my social media links will be down in the description, plus the links to the SRL website and the YouTube channel and the Twitch channel. Remember to keep up to date with the live streams as always. But yeah, I'm going to actually leave you now with a bit of footage from the previous round in Italy from Prez BC. You probably won't be able to see me too much. If you squint into the foreground of the footage, you may be able to see me, but you'll see what happened with me and Laggy, especially when on the front straight going into turn 1, if you look further into the distance there. But yeah, other than that, until the finale at the Brazilian Grand Prix, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.